This is a Cochise Talk TV special report with David Russell.
In the news, chambers of commerce nationwide are doing a lot of soul searching, and your local chamber is no exception. Chamber associations meet to compare notes and are discovering that subscribers who don't plug into their chamber don't get the benefits. The lesson locally is an emphasis on partnering with local business. At their third Networking at Noon meeting that filled a room at the Pueblo del Sol in Sierra Vista, 35 business leaders shared their strategies for communicating their messages. Sierra Vista Chamber Executive Director Jennifer Martin talked with Cochise Talk TV's Chuck Alton about how her chamber is responding to changing times.
For many of the chambers who've been in business for any length of time, the challenge is we've gotten some bad habits. And like any organization, as it ages, you start off with a good product and you manufacture it the same way, and people come to expect it, like it, know it, feel comfortable with it. The challenge is, as times change, as next generations come through, organizations have to adjust in order to survive. And they don't always do that. And chambers forget about that. And what's happening right now in the chamber industry is a lot of chambers have forgotten what their job really is, which is to bring businesses together, to support them and connect them with resources, and to provide education and information. So for us, the Sierra Vista Chamber, we are very fortunate that we have paid staff. A lot of chambers do not have paid staff, they're all volunteers. So we have folks dedicated every day to serving our businesses and the community at large. We also have realized, with me coming on board, that we do need to make some of those changes and become more of a catalyst in the community to help businesses that are looking to change, that want to change. There are resources, but business owners are so focused on what they're doing, they don't always have the time to research and find out who those people are. And that's where we come in. We can make that introduction. We can make referrals. We can help them get connected and either arrange the meeting or have a networking at noon, just like we did today, provide different venues for them to attend, maybe in the morning, some in the evening, to work around their schedule because they're busy running their business. And our job is to be a support to them. And as I mentioned today in our meeting at Networking at Noon, we need to be thought of as a business partner. And that's what chambers that are moving forward and looking at the future are doing. They're looking at becoming a partner to connect businesses to other businesses, to be a catalyst for change, to help them change their business product or service to better fit the needs of the community at large. And that's what we're working towards. Those are some of the changes that we're looking at, doing more online things, getting information out in a more economical fashion, not doing so many newsletters, but doing more social media, having a better website that's more in tune with the questions and conversations that our business owners are having.
When you ask these business people today to answer the question, how are you communicating? What tools do you use? Were you surprised by any of the answers?
I had some really good answers, and some of them you kind of expect, but there were some that were a surprise. As you would expect, and I'm glad to hear it, a lot of them are using Facebook. They're using their social media, YouTube, those platforms out there to mass communicate. But several of them acknowledged that we are a word-of-mouth community, and part of running your business is understanding the community that you're servicing and understanding that we are a very word-of-mouth group, relationships. And I was so glad and surprised to hear that there were several of them that mentioned it is about the relationship you have with a person. You have to trust the person to do business with them, because where do we go when we're curious about a business or a service? We go to people we trust, our friends, our neighbors, our church members, folks that we trust, their opinion and their experience with that organization, and that's how we make our buying choices. So as a chamber, we need to do a better job of making sure that we provide those personal one-on-one connections through groups like Networking at Noon, so they can meet each other one-on-one, grow that relationship. And also, there's a lot of times we discover some businesses have things hidden that they don't advertise that they do. An example, one of the chambers I worked with, it was a glass company. So they did glass for homes, and it was a building community, and that's what everybody thought they did. But what they didn't know and what they learned at a networking meeting like this one today was they also did windshields. And with a lot of construction, there were a lot of cracked windshields. And they had no idea. So for 40 bucks, you could go and get a new windshield replacement. Flat rate, any vehicle. They were thrilled. But nobody knew because they didn't talk about it, they didn't advertise it, unless they had that personal connection where it would come up in conversation. People just didn't know. And his business shot through the roof on the car repair because he thought people knew and nobody knew. So that's what we hope these types of new programs that we're rolling out will provide, a better opportunity to build that relationship and understanding of businesses.
I'm David Russell in the all-new Cochise Talk TV, the network that covers the county and keeps you in touch right here on Facebook.
This has been a Cochise Talk TV special report with David Russell.